Very good morning to one and all present here. Good morning to all the dignitaries on stage. Firstly, I would like to thank Young Ophthalmologist Society of India for having given me this opportunity. PowerPoint. When I saw this topic, I definitely found it very interesting. And of course, whatever I have written is an amalgamation of what I had gathered from talking to my teachers, my parents, be it even my, my patients and even my colleagues. So whenever I used to even see like patients who used to come and tell me like, I didn't know about this and that is why I didn't come early. I used to feel really like, okay, why is it that we are not educating and giving enough awareness? So in spite of so much, there's so much social media, there's so much happening, but still there was something lacking for some problems to persist even now. So these are the points under which I've summarized my article. And of course, I just want to highlight a few important things over here. So due to time constraint, I cannot talk about everything. But first thing is coming to the technology and the innovation. So every single day, there's so much happening. There's some new methods for diagnostics. So one day we have one gold standard diagnostic tool. The next year it changes. So like this, every now and then something keeps happening. And of course, artificial intelligence is so much in boom right now that everybody talks about it. There's something or the other going on about it. But can any of this ever replace the human touch or the human care? Well, never. Obviously, that channel, that rapport that we build with our patients, a proper channel of communication would prevent so many errors with our, our proceedings with the treatment with them and their understanding of what's happening. Is something that can never be replaced. So any day, be it 2020 or 2030, it is the proper channel of communication which should always be stressed upon. And of course, proper counseling, proper consent. Now, this is something that no robot can ever replace. So that is the first point that I would like to talk about. Secondly, when talking about technology, infrastructures, etc., well, there is something that there's a big contrast when we see the kind of treatment that is being given in the urban areas, in the urban setting, to people who can actually afford and approach a doctor, compared to the kind of facility that is being given to people in the rural areas. So this is a huge contrast we see all over the country. So coming to that, of course, it's the government. Even though there's so many policies being made, we need to come with a collaboration with the private and the eye institutes, which are so many in the country today, along with the government, to formulate policies where they can support the infrastructure, finances, and of course buying equipment, so that at least if not the equivalent amount of the quality of treatment can be given to even people in the most remote areas, etc. So this way, we can prevent patients from coming in the very end stage of glaucoma, or be it even the diabetic retinopathy, where nothing can be done to them. So that is one way we can prevent this from happening. And also, we see that there's a trend where people from the rural areas migrate forcefully into the urban areas because of maybe one of the major thing being the healthcare needs are not being met. So yeah, this can also prevent this from happening. And of course, the last point is we have heard of things such as telemedicine, etc., which is being used in fields such as radiology, etc. So this is something that we have to also inculcate in our practice in the days to come, so that every patient need not be brought to an urban center because they won't be willing to come to an urban area all the time. And of course, lastly, we have this thing in most of the states where PG residents are expected to have a rural rotation. So again, here the government needs to provide them with enough and more financial and structural support, so that again the patients are not put in this constraint where they'll have to come again to a rural area. So with this I would like to wrap up. Thank you.